Is me se Karen Kirby, agus de sulagam gomid is sásta fannacht imime chuideachta na sin seo BBC Radio alú gotí cuig bómache gotí an bhan ihe. And it's time to hear live now from an up-and-coming Irish artist who travelled from Dublin earlier on this evening to join me in the Late Show studio here to sing a couple of songs and to have a chat. We'll hear more about Labhaoise Brennan and her music shortly. But first up, here's a live rendition of the first song on her debut EP. This is A Day at a Time.
Love was something I was never born into. I fumbled in the dark for something I could try to hold on to. Wouldn't fall apart, and I always thought I was strong in my heart, but I don't believe it anymore. I'm getting over you, day at a time, and just when could take me out of every low moment and put me on a throne. Took a while before the dark closed in on everything I've known, and the smell of your hair still hangs in the air. So why can't you just let it go? I'm getting over you, day at a time, and just when I'm over you, well, I hear you've been coming around, playing with my heart when my guard is down. So why can't you do 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 do? So why can't you just let it go? I'm getting over you, day at a time, and just when I'm over you, well, I hear you've been coming around, playing with my heart when my guard is down. So why can't you do 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 do?
Galanta ar fáid sin A Day at a Time an chéad track atá le cloisteil ar an demo tá carama le Janie ag Labhaoise Brennan agus tá Labhaoise agus coideachta seci liom sa studio na Slísa fáilte rud is teachan an chláir. Thanks for joining us on the Late Show. It's great to see yourself and your entourage, if you like, who are. Give us an introduction to who's who.
Well, Maria is here beside me. Maria Alcala, she plays viola, and Len Aaron is on guitar.
Very good indeed. Do you think that being dubbed the Irish Norah Jones is a fair assessment of who you are and what your music is?
I think it's a big compliment because she's a fantastic artist. So people want to put me up on that level, I'm perfectly happy for them to do so. But as regards to, you know, the two of us being alike, I'm not sure we're that alike. You know, she's a lot more sort of bluesy jazz orientated, I suppose, and, you know, we're quite clearly not. But it is still a compliment at the same time, you know. I'm happy to take it.
What's your background in music then? How did it all begin? Where did the journey begin for you?
Where did it begin? I suppose it began when I was knee-high to a grasshopper with countless music lessons, singing lessons, flute lessons, recorder lessons, you know, you name it. We were a very musical household, so I was just always immersed in it from like an early stage.
And at what stage did you think then, right, I'm going a certain direction with it? I know that you had experience, and that's where you met Len, obviously, with the film work and one thing and another. How did that all come about?
Yeah, it was kind of a unexpected thing, really, because I had sort of veered away from music for a few years in college and stuff. I'd turned to film and broadcasting, and I was working in that for a while. I did a little bit of work with Len through that, really, on a film soundtrack. I did a bit of singing for him, and that kind of reminded me how much I loved music and how much I wanted it to be part of my life, and it was really my first passion when I was really honest about it. So we kind of decided we'd like to work together, and I jumped at that opportunity. I was like, yep, let's do it. So I kind of changed everything else that I was doing. And
how did Len convince you then? What was it that Len brought to the partnership, if you like, that kind of pushed you that direction?
Well, he had been working on a few songs that he thought, you know, my voice would suit, and I loved the idea of doing a few demos with him. Once we did that, we decided writing together would be you know, a really good option, and we should try and, you know, develop a style together that was like a more of a partnership, if you like, and more representative of me, really, and what I wanted to sing and what I wanted to do. So that's it. It did kind of start with the whole just, you know, film soundtrack thing, and then a few demos, but it evolved into something kind of totally different after that, where it's very much now we've found something that's our own, you know, out of it.
Well, listen, let's hear a wee bit more then of that. You're going to do another track live for us. What's it going to be? Tell me a bit about it.
It's called Unholy. It's one of our relatively newer tracks. And it's essentially about, we are quite fond of singing about heartbreak, as you might have noticed. But this one is sort of more specifically to do with when you're stuck in a bad situation and you realise you haven't actually done anything about it yet. And you know you're going to have to, but you're still kind of right in the middle of it and reluctant to break away, not wanting to let go of something, but knowing that it's coming, really.
Okay. Labhaoise Brennan and Unholy.